Bienvenidos to Cafecito with Rosie on TV, bringing you the most exciting interviews from our very own Tampa-based A-list. An opportunity to showcase the movers and shakers from our thriving community, who they are, and what inspired them to do what they do. Our group Biz Talks will gather business professionals and discuss a topic relevant to your daily life today. Let's learn, have fun, and enjoy Tampa Bay. It is a pleasure to welcome you again to another segment of Cafecito with Rosie. I love to introduce you to my really good friend, Rita Lowman. How are you, Rita?
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited, Rosie, to be with you today. Thank you.
Great. Thank you for being here. So Rita is one of the top female bankers in the industry in Florida, and you have accomplished so much. Can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to be in banking?
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I will tell you, I did not realize I was going to be a really long-term banker, 42 plus years in banking. However, when I came into the industry, I realized how much I did enjoy it. And banking, as you know, is still male-dominated. In the state of Florida, there are about 6 women that are presidents of banks. However, we make a difference, and I think that's so important. And my whole thing is about not only our relationship with our clients, but emerging leaders. I love to be able to help young people and see them grow as we continue to grow their career, see them become CEOs of companies. And I have many bank friends here that have really moved up in the industry, and that's so important to me, Rosie.
And Rita, you have written this amazing book. It's called From the Farm to the Boardroom, Leadership Lessons. What inspired you to write this book?
Really, it was a therapeutic book for me. I wanted to put some things down about my life, and it ended up doing quite well, so I appreciate that. However, as you've heard me say before, when I was 2 years old, Rosie, my parents divorced, and when I was 9, I had to go before the judge and share how I wanted to split my time with my parents. That was the moment that I realized I had a voice and I could make a difference in life, and I really have tried to do that throughout my career. Making a difference is so important to me, and I feel like some of the leadership lessons I've put in there, along with the many quotes, I love quotes as you know, are important not only to me, but hopefully they help others too. Yeah,
and I love when you speak. I go to speaking engagements as often as I can, and they're always tips that you give us as women. And one of the ones that have stuck in my head has been the one of some of us don't ask clearly in the work environment for what we want. What do you think that is?
You're absolutely right. You know, we're nurturing, and that's just part of our nature. We are family. We have family usually. We nurture at work. However, we have that same skill set. A man can have 80% of the talent and the skills, and they're going to ask for that position. A woman has 80%, and they're going to say, oh, no, I need a full 100% of it. So I always encourage, ask for it. Ask for the education that you're going to need to be able to take that next step. And if it's something that's really of value and you feel like you can add and make a difference, then go out and try it, and don't look back. You've taken that step forward, make it work.
Yeah, and if you're a woman and you are in this leadership position, especially like you and your bank, what do you think about encouraging other women to apply for those positions, or just give them an encouragement to do it, go for it?
Absolutely, you do. And I love emerging leaders. I always work with emerging leaders, encouraging them also, because, you know, I learn from that millennial. I learn from that, 30-year-old as much as I do from someone that's been in the business for a long time. Together we collaborate and we can make a difference together.
Rita, how can people buy your book?
Thanks for asking. You can go to Amazon, either under my name, Rita Lowman, or From the Farm to the Boardroom.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this time and having a cafecito with me, Rita. And amigas, do not forget, ask for what you want and also encourage other women to do the same.
Well, Rosie, this is our investment center, and our relationship bankers have you come in and sit down, and they'll help you here. We also have our lifestyle center, some of the awards that the banking center has won over the years, which is really nice. We always have a special promotion going on, and we show that in our banking centers also. All of our associates are right here, and they can help you, whether it be a teller transaction, opening up new accounts. They're just really awesome. Bev's been here the longest. She's about a 12 and a half associate, and she is our sales and service leader. Michael's our new kid on the block. He's been here a couple of months, and then of course Kara Dad's down here, and she's been with us, but she's been in banking for a number of years. So a great group, and we just love that. We also have our NAFCO division, and that's our aircraft division, where we actually finance owner-flown flown on our own planes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of neat. And then right here, sit down and have a cup of coffee with us and open your accounts right here. It's really kind of neat. We always have some kind of interesting idea going on. Right now it's the Project Pop Drop, and each banking center can do their own project. We do not dictate that. You're running your banking center. We're also a dog-friendly zone, so bring your pets in. That's always good. So I am so glad that you would come by today, Rosie.
Thank you
It
so
was great
much.
seeing
It was
you.
amazing. It's always good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rosie, for interviewing me. It was great being on your show. Let me remind you that we are a relationship bank, and we would love to be able to do business with you. Please visit us at pilot.bank. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Reyes, and I'm the owner and president of the Reyes firm.
Now in our social media segment, attorney Ed Reyes will answer auto accident questions. Hi, Ed. Margie from Lando Lakes wants to know, what happens after an accident?
Thank you, Rosie. That's a very interesting question, and it's a question that comes up quite a bit. Many people are very stressed out when they're involved in an auto accident, particularly being because they've never been in a car accident, and it's a very traumatic experience. So what should you do when you're involved in an auto accident? The first thing you should do is try to take pictures. Well, make sure your surroundings are safe, first and foremost. Make sure that everybody in the car is safe. And then get out of the car, try to take some pictures of the car. In the interim, I would call 911 because it takes a while for the police to actually show up. And take pictures of the person's tag, because a lot of times after a car accident, they'll get in the car and they'll leave. They'll flee the scene. So it's a very good idea to take pictures of the tag. If there's any injuries, take pictures of yourself and the injuries. And look at your surroundings. Who's there? Are there witnesses there? Are there people there? Are anybody you can ask questions to? Those are great people later on, if need be, we can reach out to and ask questions. In addition, see if there's an Uber sticker or a Lyft sticker on their car. Because if they were in transit or en route of helping another customer, they might be, their Uber or Lyft has a great policy that we can go after if you do have injuries and pain because of your auto accident. Take pictures of as many, and I refer back to take a lot of pictures because it's very important, but also see if you can get that person's driver license, the at-fault party, the person that crashed into you. And when the police actually does show up, make sure you give them a full narrative of what happened, and go as detailed as possible. Make sure on the police report who's written number 1 and who's written number 2. The person written number 1 is the person that normally the police or the law enforcement officer thinks is at fault. So those are the big things that you need to look at when you're involved in an auto accident. Like I said, it's pictures. Make sure you get a police report because memories fade and later on stories change. So it's a very good idea to document and make sure everybody is safe. So in a nutshell, those are the best things you can do when somebody's involved in a car accident.
Very important recommendations, Ed. Thank you. Another question. Rodrigo from Brandon wants to know, how much money will I make?
And the winner is, you thought it was going to be a lottery. Rosie, that is a question I get all the time. How much money am I going to make on my case? Well, it depends. It depends on your injuries. It depends on the other person's policy. If they have a small policy, it all depends on what the policy is. If you had to go to the hospital, the injuries are maybe greater. If you have a broken bone, it's going to weigh more valuable having a broken bone in comparison to having a bulging disc. So it all depends on your injuries, and it depends on the policy, and it depends on the adjuster. And if they don't move, we can file suit. But it is a very difficult question to answer. And if any attorney ever gives you an answer of an exact number, fire them because they're liars. Thank you, Rosie, for that question. Thank you so much, Rosie, for having me part of your show. I think education is the key to help build the society, and you're doing a phenomenal job at it. And I'm just happy that I'm part of your success, and I'm being part of your show, and it's a great blessing to this community. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Ed. And there are leaders like you that continue to give me the energy to keep on going. Friends, if you have any questions, post them on our Facebook page, Cafecito with Rosie on TV, and we will get local professionals to give you the answers you need.
Rosie's hair is done by Megan McCabe, owner of Sheer Professional Hair Studio in Tampa.
Thank you for watching Cafecito with Rosie on TV Special Edition. Like, share, and subscribe. And remember, amigos, stay pure, positive, and inspired. Ciao!
What happened to the lights?
All right, let's go.
Let's go.